Imagine walking into a bar and seeing Superman take a shot of whiskey. He smiles, takes another, and another, but nothing happens. No slurred speech, no wobbling, no hangover the next day. The man of steel, completely sober. But have you ever wondered why? Why can't Superman, a being with godlike power, get drunk like the rest of us? What's really going on inside that Kryptonian body of his? At first glance, it sounds simple. Superman's invincible, so alcohol probably just doesn't affect him. But the truth is far more fascinating. His inability to get drunk isn't just because he's too strong. It's rooted deep in his biology, his alien physiology, and even the physics of the yellow sun that fuels every cell in his body. Superman's metabolism isn't just faster, it's beyond comprehension. His body works like a living nuclear reactor, constantly converting solar radiation into energy. And that process is what makes something as simple as a drink completely useless against him. But here's the twist. This biological advantage also carries a hidden curse, one that reveals something deeply human about the most powerful being on Earth. Let's start with the basics. Superman isn't human. He's Kryptonian, a species evolved on a planet much larger and denser than Earth, under a red sun. That means his entire physiology is designed to survive in an environment with immense gravity, denser air, and different radiation. When he came to Earth, everything changed. Our yellow sun supercharged him. His cells act like miniature solar batteries, constantly absorbing and storing sunlight. This stored energy fuels everything: his flight, his heat vision, his invulnerability, his strength, and yes, his metabolism. So when Clark Kent walks into a bar and takes a sip of bourbon, that alcohol doesn't stand a chance. In the time it takes you to blink, his supercharged metabolism has already broken it down, filtered it, and neutralized its effects. For Superman, the alcohol is burned up as fast as it enters his bloodstream, leaving him perfectly sober. In fact, in Superman volume 2, number 133, Clark mentions that alcohol simply doesn't work on him anymore. He can taste it, he can enjoy the experience, but he'll never feel the buzz. His body's too efficient. The enzymes in his system process ethanol faster than any human liver could dream of. But here's where things get interesting, because it wasn't always like that. Under Krypton's red sun, Superman's people were just like us, vulnerable, mortal, and yes, capable of getting drunk. Kryptonians had biology that could be affected by alcohol, emotion, pain, and exhaustion. But on Earth, exposed to a yellow sun, that biology gets supercharged. Every cell in Superman's body is like a solar engine. The moment alcohol enters his bloodstream, those solar-charged cells begin converting it directly into energy. Think of it like trying to pour water into a furnace that's already burning white hot. The liquid doesn't calm it down, it just vaporizes. So while a human liver takes hours to process alcohol, Superman's body does it in milliseconds. The alcohol molecules are literally disassembled into harmless compounds before they can even reach his brain. And that's why he can drink gallons without feeling a thing. But here's the part most people miss. Superman wants to feel human. He's spent his entire life trying to balance the god inside him with the man raised on a Kansas farm. Sometimes he just wants to forget, to loosen up, to feel something real. But his biology won't let him. There's a heartbreaking panel in Superman Birthright where Clark sits alone, staring at a glass of whiskey, knowing it'll never do anything. It's a small moment, but it says everything about his character. The one thing every human can rely on to escape reality for a moment is something Superman can never experience. He's trapped by his own perfection. Now, some writers have toyed with this rule in Superman Red Sun, where he's raised under Soviet influence. The tone is darker, and the science is twisted. There's a scene where he drinks with comrades, but again, the alcohol never hits him. Even in alternate realities, Superman's metabolism remains too efficient. The only times we've ever seen him get drunk, it takes Kryptonian-level alcohol. In Action Comics number 869, Clark and his adoptive father, Jonathan Kent, share a drink of Pa's homebrew. Clark remarks that it's strong, but still, nothing happens. Later, in some Elseworld stories, Alien brews from planets like Ran or Thanagar are said to affect him, but only because they're brewed with substances that bypass Kryptonian metabolism. So theoretically, yes, Superman can get drunk, but not by anything made on Earth. Let's bring in the science for a second. Ethanol, the active ingredient in alcohol, works by binding to certain receptors in the brain and slowing down neural activity. But Superman's neurons fire at speeds thousands of times faster than a human's. His reflexes, perception, and thought processes all operate in what scientists call hyperspeed cognition. So even if alcohol did enter his brain, his system would process it out before it could bind to those receptors. For a drink to affect Superman, it would have to be something with atomic or molecular properties beyond Earth chemistry. Perhaps a compound that resists energy conversion or disrupts solar absorption. In theory, maybe something brewed under a red sun could do it. But then again, would Superman ever allow himself to lose control? This can't get drunk trait might sound funny on the surface, but it actually says a lot about Superman as a character. His biology isolates him from some of the most common human experiences. He can't get drunk, he can't get high, he can't even really get sick. He's immune to everything that reminds us of our limits. And yet, emotionally, Superman is one of the most human characters in fiction. He feels loneliness, grief, love, and guilt more deeply than most heroes. There's something poetic about that. The most powerful being alive can save worlds, but he can't do something as small and human as getting tipsy with his friends. It's a perfect metaphor for the burden of being Superman. And that's the loop that ties it all together. Superman's perfection comes with a cost. His metabolism, his powers, his near invulnerability, they all separate him from the world he protects. Every power he gains takes him one step further from being human. So next time you see Clark Kent sitting at a bar, remember that glass isn't about the drink. It's about connection. It's about the man trying to remember what it feels like to be one of us. Superman doesn't drink to escape, he drinks to belong. So what do you think? Should Superman ever find a way to switch off his powers for a night and finally experience what it means to be human, even if just for one drink? Or is his eternal sobriety part of what keeps him pure and grounded? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below and tell me, what superhero do you think would throw the wildest party if they could? And hey, if you loved this deep dive into Superman's biology and the science behind Kryptonian metabolism, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and ring that bell for more fascinating breakdowns of your favorite comic book heroes. Because next time, we're uncovering the real reason Batman refuses to kill. And trust me, it's not what you think. Until then, stay curious, stay super, and I'll see you in the next one.